Hey there, and welcome. Have you ever just stopped and wondered how living things, I mean, everything from you and me to the plants in your garden, somehow manage to do the right thing at exactly the right time? Well, that's what we're diving into today, the amazing world of control and coordination.
So let me ask you this. How does your body know when it's time to speed up your heart, or when you need to blink, or even when you're supposed to feel hungry? It all feels so automatic, doesn't it? But trust me, there's a brilliant command center working behind the scenes pulling all the strings.
I mean, think about these everyday moments. Snatching your hand away from a hot stove in an instant, your heart pounding in your chest when you're out for a run, or even just watching a houseplant lean towards the sunlight from a window. None of that is random. It's all precise, coordinated responses. And honestly, without them, survival would be pretty much impossible. Okay, so how does your body pull off these lightning-fast decisions? Well, it uses two main systems. Let's kick things off with the first one, the real speed demon of the two. You can think of it as your body's own personal high-speed internet, the nervous system. So what is this thing exactly? Well, the nervous system is this incredible network that's all about one thing, speed. It uses electrical signals to zap messages all over your body, which allows for those almost instantaneous reactions. It gets information, figures out what to do with it, and shoots back a command in a fraction of a second. And the fundamental building block of this entire network is the neuron. Just picture one tiny little fiber optic cable. These specialized cells fire off information as tiny electrical impulses. And get this, they can travel at speeds of up to 268 miles per hour. That's the wiring for literally every single thought you have and every move you make. Which brings us right back to that hot pan. How on earth does the nervous system react so quickly that you pull your hand away before your brain even has time to think, ouch? Well, the answer lies in a really brilliant shortcut. This pathway is called the reflex arc. The signal from your burning hand zips up a sensory neuron, but, and here's the really cool part, instead of going all the way to the brain for approval, it just hits the spinal cord. The spinal cord acts like a local manager and immediately sends a command right back down a motor neuron to your muscle, telling it to move. This awesome bypass saves critical milliseconds.
Now, of course, the brain is still the ultimate CEO of this whole operation. You've got your cerebrum, which handles all the complex stuff like thinking and problem solving. Then there's the cerebellum, which fine-tunes all your movements, giving you balance and precision. And finally, you have the medulla, which is the unsung hero that handles all the critical things you never think about, like your heartbeat and breathing.
But not everything in your body needs to happen in a split second. What about slower processes like growth or mood changes? For those jobs, we have a whole other system, the endocrine system. And if the nervous system is high-speed internet, this is more like your body's chemical postal service.
So instead of using electrical wires, the endocrine system sends out chemical messengers called hormones. They're released by glands directly into your bloodstream, and they just travel around your body until they find their target and deliver their instructions. Now, the effects are a bit slower to start, but they tend to last a whole lot longer. And here are the major players in this chemical delivery system. You've got glands all over your body, from the pituitary gland in your brain, which is often called the master gland for a reason, to the thyroid in your neck, the pancreas in your abdomen, and a bunch of others. Each one produces very specific hormones for very specific jobs. A fantastic example of a hormone you've probably felt yourself is adrenaline. It's that emergency hormone that gets released when you're scared or stressed. Your adrenal glands dump it into your system, and that's what makes your heart pound and your breathing quicken. It floods your muscles with energy to get you ready for that famous fight or flight response.
And here's another hormone that is absolutely vital, insulin. It's produced by your pancreas, and its whole job is to manage your blood sugar levels. When this system doesn't work right and you don't get enough insulin, it can lead to diabetes. It just goes to show you how critical these little chemical messages are for our day-to-day health.
So we've got a super fast electrical system and a slower chemical one. Let's actually put them side by side to really see how they complement each other, how they're different, and why we need both. Okay, check this out. The nervous system uses electrical impulses. They're incredibly fast, but the effect is short and very localized. It's like sending a quick text message to one person. In contrast, the endocrine system uses chemical hormones. They're slower, sure, but their effect is widespread and can last a long time, more like sending out a company-wide memo. Both systems are absolutely essential for different jobs. So far, we've only talked about how animals use these complex systems. But what about organisms that have no brain and no nerves? I mean, how do they manage? Well, let's take a look at plants because they have their own sophisticated methods for control.
That's right. Even without a nervous system, plants are constantly responding to their environment. I mean, they can't run away from danger or walk over to find food, so they've evolved to react using their own special versions of hormones and some very specific types of movement.
Plants use a whole toolkit of these chemical messengers, which are called phytohormones. For example, a hormone called auxin is what causes a plant to actually bend towards a light source. And another one, ethylene, is a gas that helps fruit ripen, which, fun fact, is why putting a banana in a bag with other fruit will speed up the whole process.
Now, these hormones lead to two main types of movement. First, you have tropic movements, which are directional, like roots always growing down in response to gravity. Then you have nastic movements, which are non-directional. A great example is the touch-me-not plant. Its leaves snap shut when you touch them, not because of growth, but because of a rapid change in water pressure. Pretty cool, huh? So, from the fastest reflex in your own body to the slow, deliberate growth of a plant towards the sun, it's pretty clear that nothing in life is just left to chance. And this brings us to the final, crucial takeaway from all of this. Ultimately, what I really hope you take away from this is just a sense of wonder. Life is not just a series of random events. It's this intricate, beautifully orchestrated dance of electrical signals and chemical messengers. Every single thing, from your deepest thought to the simplest leaf movement, is part of a grand, coordinated system. Isn't that just incredible?